Client. Okay. Leggy asks, Zack, when is your next stream going to be? Just so I can expect it. I have no idea when my next stream will be. I've been really, really bad, honestly, about keeping a schedule. And thank you, that test worked. But I've been really bad about keeping a schedule, honestly. It's something I'd like to try to improve in the future. I know that more people would be able to show up if I had a better schedule or something, or had an actual schedule at all. But besides that, if it's a spontaneous thing, it'll be on Twitter. Even if it's a planned thing, I'll still announce it on Twitter. So be watching that. You can sub, and then you'll get notifications, of course. But I'll be working on establishing things. Once I kind of see how the semester is going to be for me too, I'll be able to figure out how often I'll be able to stream. I have classes starting just after Labor Day now. Also, my mouse keybinds aren't working. I need to enable that. There we go. All this stuff. And thank you to God Hope and Leggy there for the chat test that worked now. Something got desynced when I changed gears. Oh, I also just realized I need to really quick change what game I'm playing. World of Warcraft. Okay. Twitch gets really particular if you don't change what game you're playing. You can actually, like, get channel bans or suspensions for forgetting to change it. Kind of crazy, but you have to. Alright. I'm stunned. Why am I stunned? Craziness. Go back over here. I love these weapons. Because I have the glyph of the Weapon Master, so it lets you just pull out all sorts of crazy stuff when you're fighting. It's so much fun. So I got, like, these two, when these are dual-wielded, that looks awesome. Yeah, I have so many crazy things now that just can randomly pop out. When they added that glyph, that was one of my favorite things they've done for the game in ages, honestly. Because I'm super indecisive about my weapon transmogrification usually. And then they gave me a glyph that's like, now you never have to choose weapon transmog. You can just do whatever you want. You can have all of them! Clan Harthak! Harthak! Guy's gotta clear his throat. He reminds me of this, he reminds me of Sabrina's Abra from Pokemon Puzzle League. Abra! Something you might not know, but my favorite puzzle game of all time is definitely Tetris Attack. And namely the, Pokemon Puzzle League version, because that is just the best version, of course, because it's crazy and Pokemon. But, yeah, I always like to play Sabrina in that one because she has this Abra that makes these horrible, horrible sounds that I was reminded of from the boss. But it makes these horrible sounds that just completely unnerve your opponents when you're playing with them, and it's just really, really difficult and annoying to play with. So, I'll play as Sabrina a lot because of that horrible Abra. Hello, MVP Thunder. Thank you for coming by. That scout died fast. And they ran ahead. He's gonna get himself shanked. Annoying when people do that. It's like this content's way outdated, but if I'm queuing tank, I would appreciate if people at least don't run ahead and treat it like a face pull all the time. It's pretty outdated stuff, though. As you can see by the fact that everything's just exploding when I hit them. And jump over the edge. Charge through the air with fire. Can I hit you too? Yeah, there we go. Grab threat. They're actually the craziest thing too. I did not expect this to happen, but they're actually buffing the ability of Fury tanking and Arms tanking in World of Warcraft Warlords of Draenor, because they're going to be giving us Devastate and Revenge, which means that like for this kind of easy content, it's extremely viable if you're already out gearing it by a bit to just run with your DPS spec. Like it'll be viable patches before to run with your DPS spec now. It's going to be really, really interesting for challenge mode kind of content too. Depending on the kind of thing, you might see warriors being a really ideal kind of tank for that sort of situation. Because I know in challenge modes you don't always need the tank, but it might give you an option to have someone who can still do some DPS while kind of switching gears to tank. It'll be really cool. Jump, jump, jump. Little wolf is jumping too. Shamans are adorable in ghost form. Gotta sell stuff. Just gonna break the sharp fangs. Go up here. And away we go. Keep my heroic leap for the next pack of mobs. Something they did remove in Warlords of Draenor, though, that I noticed is one of the things you can do right now as a warrior is you can charge, and then while you're charging, you can go ahead and use Heroic Leap. And basically that means that you get your rage, but then you can also get the AoE damage at the beginning, and in some pulls it's worthwhile. On some pulls it's useless because you want the more mobility from your Heroic Leap, obviously. Because Heroic Leap gives you a ton of mobility for a fight, too. But, now it's like when you use it on the beta right now, it uses up the cooldown of Heroic Leap if you use it while you're charging, and then it just doesn't actually use the ability. It just uses the cooldown. And I kind of get the feeling it's not a bug, because it's already semi-exploitive behavior, or it's weird behavior at least, that you can do it right now to Heroic Leap while charging. So, they're probably getting rid of that, which is sad. It's one of those things you can do if you're pro to like be even better at game. Like that. I love how fast this group is just tearing through everything. Got have some actual DPS in here. Aren't the like 10k DPS people who I don't even understand. Woo! And we're good. Ghost Heart's pretty cool. I'll just greed on it. I was thinking if I want it for Weapon Master Glyph. Alright. We already finished this dungeon. Let's quit out. Or honestly, it's not a bad group. If anyone still stays, we'll just re-queue. Because these two are actually moderately good DPS, I'd rather queue with them again. Sell these two though. Oh, I probably should have waited in the Jeeves. Oops. Hello, Snorlax93. Thank you for coming. I am about to kill some bugs, exterminator style. If exterminators held two giant swords and had their actions fueled by rage, that would be exterminator style for these bugs. Kill this last group, and then we'll go into the middle. And he'll be burned down in just a few more moments. Boom. I highly recommend it, Leggy. It's a really, really good game. And if you've only played to like level 30ish, you really haven't seen what the game has to offer either. Because I mean, that's about where it starts getting a little bit crazier, because then you have more of your abilities at your disposal. Things are kind of picking up pace. You can queue for a lot of dungeons. It's a lot of fun. Right now, to be honest, is probably actually the worst time to get into World of Warcraft, because we're at the very end of the expansion. We're kind of all just waiting for Warlords of Draenor to come out. There's honestly not a lot to do. I haven't been playing very much WoW lately because I've kind of been like losing a little bit of motivation to try and go farther because everything's about to reset. So, because every expansion obviously it doesn't reset, but what happens is you have a new item level that's like the normal item level, and then, you know, by the time you're level 90, all of your really awesome raid epics get replaced. So I'm just not really feeling the drive right now to get back into heroic raiding. So for now, I've just been messing around and enjoying playing it, because it's a fun game even if you're not actually progressing. I just enjoy like playing my characters. But I'm very excited for Warlords of Draenor. I think Warlords of Draenor will be one of the best times in World of Warcraft history to get into the game. I think that it's just a really kind of new thing that they're doing, and they're doing a lot of very interesting things. So it's a really, really good opportunity to come back to the game. They're going to have the group finder content, which is going to let you like really, really queue up and do a lot of raiding, even if you're not committed enough to be on a really hardcore raid team. So it's going to be really, really exciting. Okay. I wonder if this is the kind of group that I can just jump down with. See what happens if I do that. If they'll follow me. They should follow me. Yes, I'm attacking the might of the Mantid army head on. Like literally, I jumped down the thing to be able to fight you faster because you guys are slow. Yay, the rogue came down. He's actually the other good DPS. That's good. Everyone came down. They're getting with the program here. It's good stuff. Of course, we have this other person who keeps trying to throw bombs at us. Should probably kill the Amber Wing, honestly, though. I could dash up there, but I kind of feel lazy. I'll just throw at it, and it'll die. Or it'll die when it comes next time. Yeah, Amber Wing will either die from dots or it'll die on the next one. Oh, is it coming back already? Yep, Amber Wing's dead. Wonderful. This is so much more fun to kill them like this and fight them just on the bottom level. It's so much more fun. He didn't have his Amber Wing to call. Leggy asks, what class do you reckon I play other than Warrior? Because if I get back into this game, I'm going to make a new character. How long ago were you playing? I mean, Priests have changed a lot. They're still really fun. Priests are actually one of my favorite classes to play, especially for player versus player, because mind control is, like, so much fun. Warriors have always been my favorite class. I've always trended towards highly mobile classes is why. So I enjoy hunters when I played them. I like shamans because those can be pretty mobile sometimes with your enhancement. It's a lot of fun. I've never liked rogues. I've never been a rogue person. The monk class is like really great. Monk is a lot of fun. Windwalker Monk is crazy mobile and really fast paced and really cool. I'd just try a couple and see what you like. I picked Warrior when I started the game, and then I stuck to it because I liked it so much. But yeah, I'd recommend just trying things, see what you like. Oops. Of course, the one person who refused to jump down, it charges up to. So now all of us are wasting our bloodlust. My recklessness wears off. Silly people. No. Just die by the sword. Soak it. There. That silly warlock who refused to jump down. When did I actually start streaming? I have to check that. Almost 2 hours ago, apparently. I might actually stop, I might do like a scenario after this and then call it. I want to go get dinner. But, had a lot of fun streaming this tonight. Make a Forsaken Priest. Forsaken Priests are awesome. Okay, so this is the reason why Forsaken Priests are the coolest priests of all the priests. Like, this is just fact here. Oh, dude, why'd that person just have to pull them? Whatever. Anyway, as a Forsaken, you have two options, effectively, from the roleplay perspective. You have two options of how your character can function. So it's that some priests make use of the Forgotten Shadow, which is kind of an alternative to using the light, and it's boring. I honestly don't like that as much. Effectively, the people who use the Forsaken Shadow are some of the quote-unquote newer Forsakens. So if you're rolling a Forsaken today, by the lore and the role-playing, your character uses the Forsaken Shadow. However, if you're a bit of an older Forsaken, it's very possible that as a priest, you're actually making use of the light. And the light, of course, burns undead. It is a, energy force which is incredibly, overwhelmingly painful to undead. So what makes a Forsaken priest so freaking awesome is that they're sitting there wielding the powers of the light, and their bodies are in constant, overwhelming, just like mind-boggling pain, and they're so like awesome and badass that they can just put up with it to heal you. And I just think like as far as every healer I've ever heard, that just seems like the coolest thing ever. Is that a healer who's like, in constant burning pain, and then like they're healing the whole time. It's a little bit different than empath healing. Same actually goes for all undead tanks too, or Death Knight tanks as well. If you're being healed by the light, you're being burned and it hurts you, but it'll still heal you. It's like cauterization. The more you know, the less you don't. The lore of World of Warcraft. It's fun stuff. Is he dead yet? We're just like breaking through his barrier. This is hilarious. Nice. Dash back this way. Shred this guy. Alright, moving across the silly bridge. I have no idea what you just said. I'm a little bit of a Warcraft lore nerd. I really love the storyline, and I obviously know a lot about the Forsaken because they're pretty near to my heart. I love the Forsaken. I'm sure if you watch King of the Nerds, you know that. What with all of my, you know, for the Forsaken! And my, like, you know, victory for Sylvanas! Cries and all of that. Yes. I had so much fun doing that. I like, made a conscious decision before the show. I was like, if I was ever on television, I think I would have to try to, like, incorporate For the Forsaken and Victory for Sylvanas at, like, multiple opportunities. Just to say it. So when I got on King of the Nerds, I was like, okay, now I have to, it's gonna be my battle cry. I just have to do it. And hi, Enolith. Thank you for coming. Oh, look, it's the Underhold, and I said I was gonna be quitting. Okay, change of plans. Going to the Underhold. Maybe I'll do a boss or two of this, and then I'll be done. Or we'll see how long this takes. Thank you for watching, Koten. I mean, like, I'm really, really excited for the, I'm really excited for the third season, too. That should be back in January again this year. It's gonna be really, really cool. I'm very excited for it. It's going to be funny, too, to see another season. Because, you know, when I watched season 1, I was, like, this uber fan of the show. And I know that there's going to have to be, you know, the same kind of people, or a couple of them at least, this year, I'd assume, that are big fans of the show. It's going to be interesting to see, like, how they think of me versus, like, you know, how, like, I thought of the people when I was watching the season 1ers. Kind of made them these superheroes in my head, and then I met them. It was kind of cool. Most of them turned out pretty awesome. I'd say that actually all the Season 1 people are actually really, really cool, just for the record. All really cool people. You love the nerd speech, Leggy? Like when I gave that whole speech? That was a scary moment for me because I had absolutely no idea what I was going to say before I said it. I just had no idea what I was going to say. And I went around the house. I kind of gathered everyone up because I knew I had to say something. So I went around, I gathered everyone up, and I just said, could you guys come into the round table room, the kitchen for a moment so I can say something? So people came around, and then they were all there, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to say. And I didn't realize how good it ended up sounding either until I watched it on TV. I was actually kind of like, wow, that was cool. Because they didn't like edit it really either. That was how I said it. So there was a ton of people after that episode, obviously, that were like, this show is so scripted. There's no way someone could speak like that. But apparently I did. I don't know where it came from. Zack Attack in chat says, hi, I like your face. Thank you, Zack Attack. I like my face too. And yes, Leggy, I would agree that Genevieve and I are two of the most badass people on King of the Nerds. Genevieve is so cool. I was so happy to tie her record too. That was like my pipe dream for the whole experience. I was like, I really, really want to try to beat Genevieve's record or tie it at least, you know, and then I managed to pull it off, so I was really happy. Man, I'm like barely even playing and I'm top DPS right now. Other people are so bad at this game. And it's LFR, but other people are so bad at this. I'm only in LFR gear anyway. Well, I have some flex and a couple reg pieces, but mostly LFR. My gear isn't that impressive. Because I've got the regs, but then I've got like Raid Finder, Raid Finder, Raid Finder, Raid Finder, more Raid Finder. Yeah. I love Meat Cleaver, and I'm so glad that it will be returning in Warlords of Draenor. Because for a while they got rid of it, and it's like actual unique AoE attack. So, I'm glad that they're keeping it. Agreed, agreed. Hello, Arok. I was playing Minecraft before, but then I switched over to WoW because I felt like it would be a fun diversion from that, as fun as Minecraft is being. I might only actually go to like another boss or so. I want to actually quit and get myself food, because I've been streaming now for about 2 hours, which is typically how long I like to stream for. So I might go ahead, kill the first boss, and then call the stream. We'll see though, how I'm feeling. No, I'm not going to Dragon Con, actually. I bought a ticket moderately early. I thought I was going to go, but things came up and I couldn't get then plane tickets and hotel reservation, so. You know what else though is this weekend is PAX is this weekend too, and Nintendo is having a huge presence at PAX this year apparently. So I'm pretty excited to see what we learn in terms of like Nintendo releases, Super Smash Brothers news, that kind of thing. There was obviously that huge Super Smash Brothers leak that just happened. At least it's pretty safe to say that it was a legit leak. And it's very exciting to see the news coming out of that. So we got like Duck Hunt Dog potentially confirmed. We've got Bowser Jr. almost certainly confirmed. He's just in his Koopa car, which is really weird. And then we've got Shulk. So yeah, we've got some weird characters who got confirmed. And it's exciting. Shulk is Xenoblade Saga, which was like the GameStop exclusive game. It's a really small game in a lot of ways, but it has a really strong following. It's kind of strange that he got confirmed. Oh yeah, I know a couple of the well, there's a reality TV show panel going on, and then there's a meet and greet that some of the cast members who went down there are doing. But I mean, I don't know, I kind of just talk to people whenever they recognize me. I was at the fair the other day and a bunch of people recognized me, so I took pictures with a bunch of people. And that was really fun. Talked about the show with a bunch. Because I was just at the state fair and people were like, "Oh my god, it's you!" So that was very exciting. And whenever people recognize me and pull me out of whatever I was doing to say like, "Oh, I was such a fan" or whatever, I always try to be like totally... I give them that time. I like giving people that time. Fans deserve that. I'm really grateful for my fan. Like, everyone watching this, thank you. You guys are just like so awesome, and I am so grateful that like people had fun watching the show and learning about it. Seeing my adventure that I had. Because now I have a great following out of it. I have all you guys and all that fun, so thank you. Also at the fair, I got delicious corn dogs, or rather Pronto Pups, and like cotton candy, and tons of cookies. I think the song is actually true when it comes to Minnesota. Our state fair really might be the best state fair. We have a really good one. It's way up there. I think the next biggest state fair is like Texas. So if you're only beaten by Texas on size, that means something. Oops. I looked at chat, almost stood in the arc. Ah! Can never tell what's going on. It's so hard sometimes as a melee when on fights like this. Alright, burn him. Colossus Smash is up. And three of the Raging Blows. That was a perfect Colossus Smash. Very good. Smash him down here. We're supposed to be on the tank now. Burn him down. Okay. Uh-oh, lost a killer. Surprised anyone died in this fight. It's really simple. Get into the purple thing. Okay. We are approaching execute range, which means he's going to drop down pretty fast in a moment. We've got a handful of warriors in the raid. Death Knight or two as well. And hunters. So yeah, he'll drop down once we get to execute range. A lot of people with execute mechanics going on. And Colossus Smash. Here we are, execute range. Can start wailing on him really hard. Big crits. It's gonna be so crazy going back to, in Warlord's Draenor when we're gonna have tiny numbers again. Let's go ahead and rally cry, and he's gone. Hooray! Does he actually have anything of any use to me? I don't think he does. I think most of this stuff doesn't have anything of any use to me, but it's fun to run anyway. Vial of Corruption. Wait. Oh, this is the tank one. Oh. Do you have anything for Fury? No. And can I make my loot specialization, protection, and roll? Let's do that. Oh, dude, I actually got it! That's really awesome! Sweet. That worked out really well. I was feeling it, feeling like I should roll this on my protection one. So that's really cool, and that should be in my mailbox, because I just rolled it, but I had a full inventory. Awesome. Just got a really, really powerful trinket from Offset. It's really cool. Fly. Okay, wow though, it's like all the way at 7 o'clock right now. I am actually probably I'm gonna call the stream now because I am hungry and I've been streaming for like almost 2.5 hours. Let me kill this mob quick. Gonna drop it LFR. Oops. Sorry for not responding to you there, Leggy. My chat seemed to have stopped functioning. So before I leave, I'm going to respond to everyone who has said things since my chat stopped functioning. Let's see. I don't follow Khan, says Leggy. Arok says, the Khotin panel is happening. That is why I asked. When people watch Khotin, they might think as you of the bad guy in the competition. And then Leggy goes, Arok, I thought of him more as a badass underdog. I appreciate that, Leggy. That is awesome. Thank you for that. I honestly, I think the way I've kind of looked at it is a little bit anti-hero. When you look at the whole story, I'm definitely an anti-hero. At least when you look at the whole thing. Oh, the Dread Approach popped up. I just saw that now. Let's see, what else? Who else has said things? Renaissance fairs. Renaissance fairs are awesome. We have a really great Renfest in Minnesota, actually. I need to try to go there. Like, yeah, I think it might be running still right now. Maybe? I don't know. I have to check. I should actually head out there because that is like the so much fun. We have a great Renfest. And then Zack, when I make a priest, would it possible if after 30 or so I get carried? Well, if you're on Thrall or whatever, then sure, we could group up sometime, Leggy. And okay, now that I've managed to respond to everyone, I am going to go get some dinner. Thank you guys all so much for coming. I really appreciate it. It's awesome always and so much fun. So thank you for coming. I will let you know when I have the next stream. I'll do that on Twitter. This will get uploaded to YouTube in just a bit. And yeah. Thank you guys again for coming. Once I get a streaming schedule kind of more established, I'll start trying to post that and publicizing that so you guys can be aware of that as well. I know that way I'd have a lot more people be able to come if I'm actually streaming on a regular kind of schedule. So again though, thank you for coming. DFTBA and For the Forsaken! Have a great night.